Start doing This is PSA, Philly Service Announcement, Takeover Tuesday, Takeover Love, Support, Grace, Social Activism, Resources, and Art. I am the assist, African Support and Strength, Inspiration, and Success together. Shout out to the Queen, Raw Cannon. Shout out to all the cannons. Shout out to my family. I got to put some of those pictures up, yo. I had a good time. Y'all know my birthday is February 1st. My co-host, her birthday is February 11th. People like, where your co-host up? Y'all see her every week. She right there. Nah, me and her had a conversation. She definitely about to get back in the fold. She got a lot of things going on in her life. Like I said, and I always got to look at them. There they go right there. Beautiful black couple. I was with them. Had a great time. You know what I mean? The picture booth. Shout out to I think it's called Selfie Me. Damn, bro, my bad. She gonna be mad. But we took some amazing pictures. You know what I'm saying? I think it's called Selfie Me. I think that's the name of it. I'll look it up on my on Instagram. But dope pictures. Really, I had a lot of fun because I like being in places where you could have a really good time and it's a lot of family there. It was like babies in there. Like everybody was moving around, the children was safe, everybody was comfortable, it wasn't weird shit going on. People really enjoyed this stuff. It was Super Bowl Sunday. So, you know, shout out to Mile, man, the exec. Shout out again to Nick. Shout out to the Cannons. Happy birthday, Nick. Happy birthday, me. It's still my birthday. It's February. You know what I'm saying? My oldest, her birthday is on the 19th. My youngest, Suhana, her birthday is on the 23rd. It's not like a pressure thing, but it's just like, damn, why y'all couldn't be born in the next month so I can get the whole month to myself? Because I can't even like plan. I ain't really do nothing for my birthday this year anyway, but because I was working. It's a lot. Like February, this is a big month for me now. You know what I'm saying? Not just because it's what they call Black History Month. And shout out to Carter G. Wilson, because he started off as Negro Week and expanded into Black History Month. And really, Black history is every day. So if you don't hear me say much about Black History Month, because I'm talking about Black history every day. That's just what I do. I am Black history. I could run some of my stuff down too if y'all want to know. I said it enough already. All right, cool. But shout out to Cornerstone. We still moving, you know, drop-in center 2321 North Broad Street. We filling gaps in your life. Cornerstone has been going through some transitions, not in a bad way for real, because progress hasn't started. But you know, sometimes things might seem stagnated. Sometimes things may seem like they have taken a step back and they don't. It's not actually a step back. You know what I mean? It's just the step up is a little bit more difficult. Like where the step up might have been 2 inches, this step up is 10. So you got to open your legs up a little bit to make that step up. So it's like, it feels like it's more difficult because you got to lift your foot up higher to get on that step, and you just might trip because it's too high. But if you lift that foot up and get it up there, you good. But it took a little bit more to get to that next step. So what might have looked like stagnation or even taking a step back, difficulty, stuff like that, usually it's just you having to stretch out a little bit more. You know what I mean? You still going up, you just got to stretch him out a little bit more. And that's more reason why you should stretch in the morning. You should stretch every morning or before you go, probably 3 times a week. You know, get into your affirmations, drink you some water, mind your freaking business. Drink some water and mind your business. Find somewhere to calm your mind. Like that's something I've reincorporated into my life, whereas like things can get so sped up, you know, with what we call drama or toxicity or just motion, man. Everything ain't drama, everything ain't toxicity. It sometimes things are just a little difficult. You know, every change is difficult at times because we get very used to what we're doing. And at times it don't work or it done burnt out, and it's hard to make that transition. It's hard to make that change, whatever it is. It's normally hard. You always have some trepidation, some anxiety going into a change. I've been getting more into, I watched a couple of Jones like the last couple of days, but I've been like this anyway. People have always told me, even though I know this, but we should be like, be mindful of my words. So I'm, you know, when you get in those points where you're a little upset or you're a little frustrated or you mad, anxiety or things don't seem like they're going your way, you could become more negative speaking. Even though in your mind you want things to be better, you want them to work out, you could become more negative speaking and things will start manifesting. Or what you could be getting in a more bountiful way or beneficial way, you're limiting some of what you could be doing because you're spending too much time on negative talk, I guess you could say. But it's real. You need to get it out. I believe in venting. You know, if you need, I believe in going to talk to people, not necessarily always because you having a mental health crisis, but sometimes you just need somebody neutral to get out what you got going on in your life. You know, write it down. I'm not a big proponent, not saying that writing is not an amazing thing to do and I need to do it more, but I don't write as much. I like journal every once in a while. I don't really call it a diary. Journal sounds a little better to me. My planner, I probably use it sparingly, and it turns into more of journal entries than being a planner. I'm trying to get more into that, speaking things into existence more. It's nothing spooky about it. It's really giving. It's like prayer for me. When people talk about prayer, prayer is not something that's necessarily connected to your God. For real, prayer is a reminder for you, because if your God is omnipresent, omnipotent, you know what I'm saying? They know already. They know what you need already. Your prayer is a reminder of you to do the work, to stay focused on it, to keep your mind on it so that it can manifest itself. And mass prayer does work. When you have a lot of people thinking about something in the same way, it works. Because the other thing about that is, you know, your thoughts are vibration. They are energy. Everything is energy. Just in different forms. It's atoms resonating at a different frequency. That's what makes everything look different in the whole nine. So you have the ability to truly, without it being spooky, speak things into existence. So I've certain things, and you're going to have ups and downs. That's the other thing. Like, I am a person that definitely know that life is not always on the uptick. Now what I do know is when you look at a wavelength, you know, for those of us who understand frequency and electromagnetic energy and hertz and all of that good stuff, when you see waves, those electromagnetic waves, when you see for frequency, when you see them on a joint, you have a joint where it goes under zero and over zero, under zero. So what I tell people is, like, depending on how you think positively and manifest and work towards the things that you want, because work has to happen. You cannot sit in your house listening to music and watching TV and talking to people to death about the things you want, but you never get up and actuate those things. You never act on them. You never move into the space to do the things that you're saying. You just want to talk about it. Or you just want to watch it on TV, or you think you're being motivated to do things, but you're not doing anything. You're not actively going towards those things and bringing them together and piecing it together and creating what you want. So, you know, like complaining about something, you know, like being in prison, it was like, all right, somewhere where people, I understand your complaint. But when do we move? I thought she was still in there. My bad. When do you move past complaining to planning? Like, that's one of my things. Like, I jump off the complaining joint quick. I need to plan. I'm planning for what the next move is so I don't have to complain. I'm not saying I'm never left in a space where I'm not complaining. And then sometimes, you know, voicing legitimate gripes, criticisms, you know, critiquing things, people will try to say that that's complaining when it's not, when I'm like clearly telling you what I need from you or what I need you to do. That's not complaining. Or if I know something that I'm involved in can be better, that's not a complaint, especially if you're acting towards it. Again, the thing with prayer. If you're saying these things and then acting towards them in a very real way, that's how you manifest it. And it goes away from being complaining. You know, and then sometimes we be in a space of delusion. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people that believe you have to be delusional to believe in stuff to make it work. I just believe sometimes you have to have like it's like people say that you crazy, but it's like, nah, I know this is gonna actually work. I seen it work. I just gotta put this work in, and sometimes that work looks insane. Because again, you're doing the same thing over again. You're practicing, you're drilling. You feel what I'm saying? You working on a thing, and when people watching you, it's like, you're not getting nothing from that. It's like me, again, upstate reading a whole bunch of books. And people literally telling me, having these conversations with cats, literally told me, bro, I don't got time for all that. You can't eat off of that. Or that stuff was in the past. Or that stuff don't matter. Nobody's listening. This, that, and the third. And then I realized everything that I was reading prepared me to come home and be able to be successful because of the information I have. Because that information allows me to articulate points. It allows me to critically think about things. Certain shit, I don't even really be knowing what it is until I get in a room and I'm talking to people and I'm piecing together what people are saying, and then I come up with my own shit. And when I start talking to them, I'll be like, yeah, what about this guy? This guy probably knows. And it's like, yeah, I can do it. You can put me in there, give me the information, and I'll figure it out. And I try to coalesce some people around it so we get, you know. So I do know that information, that intimate relationship with books, I'm never going to get off it, because what made me make the move that I make to put myself in this position was, one, knowing who I am, being confident in that, understanding what's going on with me, what's going on with my people. And yes, I'm very frustrated. I be very upset with our people, but I always have grace. I always have patience with our people, not to go into a very destructive place, because I know what's been done to us. Do that mean that I want to stick around and keep having to battle with you? No. And I still love you. You know, I always say that. The love is always there with me. It's never nothing. Because I understand how we get to these points. And I'm open for a conversation, but sometimes so much stuff has been done, a conversation is like, what are we doing? Like, is no real conversation to be had. It's just movement to be made, where you need to operate in a way that says what you were doing or saying or whatever the case may be is not what it is with you no more. You know what I mean? And that can go on a bunch of different, that can go on on a bunch of different levels. You know what I'm saying? So, but with me, I'm love boy, bro. That's how I'm love boy, sis. I'm love boy, people. I need to get back to that. I'm Jarue Masmakai Orji Tumodra. You know what I'm saying? I've been running around Jarue Lawson. My name always going to be Jarue because I'm named after my uncle, and I'm very proud of that. And I have a nephew named after me. And I have to step more into his life, even though he in another state. But I got to do what I got to do to figure out how to make it easier for me to be around them. You know, how is it easier for me to take care of my brother, for me to take care of my mom, both who are disabled? How do I build my relationship back up with my sister, my older sister and my middle sister? And then I got other sisters, and I got nieces. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of people that I'm responsible for in different ways. I have an obligation to deal with them in a certain way. And that's what my life consists of, that and community. Because for me, all of that is community. So I got brothers, you know what I'm saying? I got people I fuck with from my community. Like I went around, and condolences to all my folks around my old neighborhood. Condolences to Leonard family. I didn't know the brother like that, but I respected how he was moving from what I seen and then what I was told. And it was just like the brother is going too soon. Like so many other brothers, you know what I'm saying? And y'all know, I'm not gonna turn it into that, but everybody that I know that lost folks and was close to it, you know what I mean? My condolences, you know. And I would say this, man, like, drink more water. You know what I'm saying? Eat healthier. Like what I find is a connection to our stress levels and the decisions that we making as people in this particular city is tied to poverty. The stress levels is tied to poverty. I read something not too long ago that said, you know, black men in Philadelphia have like one of the leading percentages of heart disease and cancer and diabetes. That's directly related to stress from poverty and dealing with poverty. Even if you're not impoverished, probably the people around you, family, friends, whatever, are trying to get out of poverty or like however it is, and it's affecting them. It's affecting their health. It's affecting their mental health. So Philadelphia, and one of my brothers said to me, like, he was like, yo, being in the city make me feel like I'm always on. I feel like I'm still in prison because I'm always on go. And I'm like, damn, that's a real thing. Even when you make that conscious decision that you don't want to participate, but you know it's around, it's in you. You know what I'm saying? You be trying to turn off that, having that caution or even paranoia. But it's like so much going on, again, because of poverty. Because the poorest people in the city are us. So it's like jail. You know somebody that been to jail if you from this city. Family, friend, boyfriend, even your girlfriend, moms. You know what I mean? Like, people go to jail here because we poor. And we don't know who we are. And we can't critically think. Again, because we're poor. Because if we had a little bit of money, our people would have been able to put us in some situations where culturally the places might not be the greatest places, but educationally you learn. That was stuff that you don't learn when you're poor and you got to go to any school. You know what I'm saying? I'm a proponent of African-centered private schools. You know, because they'll give you the whole cross-section of what it is to be black and have education. Like, we always got to remember, I was having a conversation earlier that when we first came out of emancipation, the thorough shit was learning how to read. If y'all read the statistics when we first came out of captivity into slavery, because I like to tell people we were captives at first and then we became slaves, y'all. But when we moved out of captivity into slavery, it meant something to have an education. That was the conversation amongst black people. How do we get ourselves educated for whatever reason? But being educated was a thing because education was something that was restricted from them, punishable by death. And now, if nothing else, I want to learn how to read. I read stories about folks wanting to learn how to read before they died once they got emancipated. That's what they wanted to do. I need to be able to read this before I die. I thought I would never be able to read this letter that my son wrote me once he got away. Or however it went down. But I remember reading those stories about people wanting to just learn how to read, and that's it. Like, I know I can't work nowhere, I'm older, whatever the case may be. I just want to learn how to read before I die. To now being dumbed down is cultural. And saying big words or words that's different from other words is like, why you can't just say this? I'm not talking about you. So why you can't just say this? But because I've had that from people, especially when I was upstate. And like, you want to write all these books because I need to understand the English language. Because it's a very dangerous language if you don't understand it. You don't even know what it does to you. The English language fucks up your frequency because it's a bastardized language. It's a lot of stolen pieces, a lot of how words and letters supposed to work. They just twisted this shit all up for no reason. Took away vowel sounds and like consonants and like, what are we doing? Because you just want to make something up. And then tell people if they don't know this language, they stupid. You're dumb. You don't know English. What? You know, it's a slick language. It's an in-between language. It's crazy. It's a gray area. It's a gray area. You know, the maybes and the ifs and the mights. Those words produce actions. Actions of, I might be there, might not. We need to get rolled back to like the cut and dry shit. Like, either you're doing it or you're not doing it. You're going to be here or you're not going to be here. One or the other. Like, we need to get back to that. Because I think accountability can be had better in that way. And we definitely need accountability. That's a conversation that we need to be having consistently. I was watching Karen Hunter. Love Karen Hunter. Greg Carr, you're going to have to come on the show, bro. I think I'm going to have to do what I told people I wasn't going to do. Because I need you to come on the show. And I will be really honored for you to come on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you be watching all the stuff in Philly. You be in Philly. You know what I'm saying? I talked about you a couple times on the show. It would be dope to have you on the show. So I'm going to reach out. I'm going to find out how. And it would be even dope. Like, I know y'all on another level when it comes to the podcast and stuff in a real way. And I love that. Because it's real information. Like, they really talk about the black experience, the African experience in America. And then I like the fact that they deal with us a lot. Because at first I thought Karen Hunter's show was a little like pop culture-ish until I started watching. Because I always just watch her in class with Greg Carr. But she really gets to it. And she holds herself accountable. And I know that I do the same thing. That it's not always looked at as that. Because somebody that's not holding themselves accountable is definitely going to tell you you're not holding yourself accountable. So don't get caught in that. Be mindful of yourself. I was at the, we had a briefing yesterday, and I was just telling, you know, the brothers and sisters that I work with, like, you know, be accountable. Like, I try to be self-critical of myself. I try to have those conversations. I honestly be trying to ask people, how do they view me? How am I interacting with people? And you got to be mindful of who might have biases in different ways, you know what I mean? And that's another reason why I go back to the mental health thing. Like, we all need somebody neutral that don't really know nothing about they could know about your life, but they can't be a part of the things that, like, they can't, if you're talking about your job, they can't really work at your job. You don't want it to be somebody that kind of live with you, because they could be honest with you too, but it's a certain level of bias there, and I ain't gonna let people overplay that too, because, excuse me, it is really a thing where it's like, I need somebody to vent to that's not gonna come back and tell people what you saying, because it's like, I said this before, like, sometimes you really want to get some shit off with the people who you love, and it's like your feelings for them really didn't change. It's just like this moment where it's like, yo, why would you do that to me? Or why did you do that? And it's like, you know, if how you feel when it initially happens, you know, if you talk, or you know, for a little bit, you know, if you talk to them about it, it's one of those things where it's like, you can't talk to them how you want to talk to them in that moment. So you kind of like leave it at that. Certain time shit don't get resolved, and normally y'all are just like part ways. But I think a lot of relationships could be saved if you had somebody neutral that don't know the people, don't know nothing about the situation but what you're telling them, and they're never coming around it. Like, and that I would only think that people that could really do that would be a therapist that you paid, because they're never coming around your life unless it just happens by happenstance. You know, you go to somewhere and they just happen to be there. And even there, you keep that professional distance. Like, that's, because sometimes you got to say something about people that you don't want to say to them because you really don't want to change the relationship, but you're not feeling them right now. And you need to get that shit out. And you know, if you say it to them, this is going to break the relationship. And then in most cases, it'll probably shatter something. And, you know, shit that's broken could be fixed. It could be crazy glued. It could be put back together. It could be sewed together. It could be put back in a groove. It could be welded. But shit that shatter, that's kind of it. And I feel like sometimes we be in these relationships and people will do things too that shatters parts of the relationship. And y'all still be trying to have a relationship whole, and it's not a whole relationship anymore. And then y'all need to know how to deal with each other from there. Because I don't believe in like throwing people away, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, how much harm do you put yourself in by not getting away from folks when you don't see the change? Like, you don't, and what's going on, you like, nah, this ain't it. And I love you, but this ain't it. So I'll take that step back, or we both could take a step back. Like, that's my whole, but it's all love. I don't want the finality of it. I don't want it. I don't want no part of it, but we should be able to say, we ain't working right now. Maybe at a later date, we could bump back into each other. Hopefully we both reserve that in ourselves, but right now, we, like, you going through something, I might be going something, we both might be going through something. It might be a legitimate thing between us. Perception is a big thing, how people perceive you, how they think they're being perceived. Cause them Joneses, they touchy Jones, man. How people see you, how you think you being seen. You know, are you looking at the person through a correct lens? Are they looking at you through a correct? And then what's the stuff that's around that might be tainting the lens? And we don't know. Like, it's a lot of moving parts. So I think for me, it's being there to talk to somebody, you know, a professional, because I also don't necessarily believe you need to always talk to a professional. I just think you need to be able to have somebody who has some sense, maybe not know none of the participants you're talking about. They're not going to infuse themselves thinking they're trying to fix something. And they'll just listen to you and let you get it out. Not necessarily even giving you any advice. Just let me vent. Let me, you know, but I do want some advice back. I do want that. I do want some. And it's crazy because I know when you're not thinking about what you just said to me. You're not taking in what I said, and that's a danger in, you know, overly analyzing somebody's advice for you. Like, you are you listening to me? You know what I mean? It'd be like, are you listening? So it'd be like, all right, I don't know if they was listening. So, but I do think you need somebody neutral to get it out sometime. And I think that really would help when you're dealing with the folks that you might actually have to gripe with or that you want to vent about. It might give you, that person hopefully can give you something to, and sometimes you just need some time. Like, sometimes you need some time for something not to be as serious to you as it was. You know, because some things do take that time. Like, all right, it meant something to me right here because I was going through whatever I was going through, but then I fell back and I chilled. You know what I'm saying? And I got to see a lot of sides of it. And it might not have, because I'm one of those people, like, a lot of things for me are really not that deep. You know, and I think they can be come back from. But when you just keep digging in it and digging in it and digging in it and digging in it, it's like certain things, it's enough of fractions that happen to where you like, just like leave me alone. I'm definitely gonna leave you alone. You know, you could be where you at, I'll be where I'm at, and it's cool. Even for me, if it's like you come around, all right, cool. I don't have nothing. I don't nothing. I'm just hands in the air, bro, sis. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that people would be. I think that's one of those qualities of not throwing people away. It's just like, I'm not throwing you away. I'm not throwing no salt on you. I'm not none of that. I'm just, you do your thing, I do my thing. It didn't work. Or we had our season. That's a thing too. Like, I know, like, people have seasons with people, bro. We be wanting it to be forever. And sometimes a season it stops and another one can start. Like, we needed that break, because I believe that too. I believe, especially in relationships, like romantic relationships, I think sometimes people really do be staying alone. they stay together too long to say that they're staying together, and it don't be good at a certain point. And then you could see where like people be together for a certain amount of time, they break apart, they kind of do whatever they need to do for themselves, whatever it is, up, down, however it go, but you get to see. You get to see if y'all can will back. You get to see if maybe, okay, you was correct. Okay, maybe they was correct. Okay, maybe both of y'all was correct that this, you know what I mean? Like you need to give certain things have a season. And I really just don't believe people are necessarily meant to be just to that person and another person for 40 years, 50 years. Not saying it's not possible, but there's a reason why a lot of these things don't happen like that. Because we are built to engage a lot of people over time. We're social people by nature. I say that a lot because it is very true. And you get to a point with folks where it's like, and then we have this thing going on where it's like, you got to have that one person. And you depend on that person for your life. And that shit, and that's like some European shit, the whole selfishness shit, and we don't even be digging it. And we done been through a lot of failed situations. You know, we've been like created to fail in a certain extent, like not be productive socially. We don't really know how to have relationships. That's by design. Because as long as we can stay scattered, we can be controlled. Our energies could be siphoned off because we don't have groups and conglomerates of people who stand together and do things. And that's a big thing socially. Because if our families, like my sister always say, Queen Nick always would say, it's an attack on the black family. Because strategically, and I'm talking about even like a war strategy, if they have no family unions, if they families can't stay together, they can't fight together as a community. On whatever the fight is. It don't even necessarily be guns, but they can't stand together for nothing that's considered opposition because they consider each other opposition because they don't know how to have relationships, and that starts with a family. If that family, our individual families are the core of a community moving together. If we could have strong families on a block, then we'll have a strong block. If these families are all on some, we do our own thing, we don't worry about what's going on with nobody else, then everybody is scattered and you can't really come together because now when something does happen, y'all don't trust each other in the midst of trying to fight against or deal with y'all opposition. Because y'all don't have no strong unions. So y'all don't know if y'all can get into a space and somebody gonna snake you or turn you into the op or line you up. You don't know because we don't have examples of strong unions starting with our families. And it's even funny because that's what the man-female shit going on. We banging the fuck out. And we creating cultures that don't really make sense. It doesn't create family for us. We speak about having families, but we don't know how to operate in those families. We still thinking about our individuality. You got to be communal for a family to work. Everybody got to feel like they work. Dad, mom, children, whoever is in that house that we consider a family, it never should be, I want to have my little piece over here. Because what happens is when you strengthen the family unit, we all get bountiful. You know what I mean? Like we all get that abundance, that endlessness. Because we're all working together for us. But when you have people breaking off saying, oh, I'm going to just take my little part over here with my new boyfriend. And then when that fucking shit break up, and you and this nigga, because again, y'all not taught to be in relationship. So it's going to fumble, boom. Then you got to come back to the family. Now they ain't fucking with you for real, for real. Because remember when you left us for dude? Because you thought that was going to be your up. You ain't want to think about us no more. Same thing with men. You stop taking care of your family, start giving all your money to this chick. And then when that shit fold up, she steal the money, she play you, you know what I mean? Now you got to come back to your family. They ain't really trying to fuck with you like that. Now the shit is broke in ways that we can't unify because y'all think, you think this person going to do it again? Like he ain't going to do nothing but leave again. I'm not giving him anything. I'm not rocking for him. He going to have to do this on his own. We in the house, but he on his own. Or the person who went away is thinking, they never going to really trust me, so why put in like this? Why put in? I already done set, the die has been cast. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. So I really think like we need to have more relationship conversation, but not about necessarily romantic relationship stuff. Just core pillars of like, what is it to be a friend, a brother, a sister, like being communal, I can't even get it out. Be communal with your people. What do that look like? What do service of people, service of kind, what do service of family, block, neighborhood, community, what do that actually look like? Because one thing I know for a fact is black folk of African descent come from a place where we had our own way. You take what you need and you leave the rest. Nobody owns the land. The land is for everybody, and if we all till it together, we will never run out of resources. But when people start trying to hoard shit, taking pieces and fighting, like now we losing productivity that could be for everybody. So the group is what lifts the individual. You're not gonna, because nobody ever did anything great by themselves. You're always standing on somebody's shoulders. All the things that y'all heard that y'all turned into like cliches that stop having meaning. Like, no, man. Like, we work together. That's how it works. And we get what we need because I got 6 hands instead of just my 2. And if I'm special in something, the more these people coalesce around me, I can use my special talent to feed back into the community. And then feed somebody else's talent. So when they come up, they can feed back. And then we feed somebody else. That's the individual will get served. If you try to do it independently and you're going to take your little bit of resources, cutting everybody off, thinking you got it, go over into the corner, and when your resources run out, where are you coming back to? Where are you coming back to? When your resources run out. I'm confused. I don't know why people do it. You know? Miss Marion, I'm doing the show. But it's always a funny thing for me when people think selfishness and individuality works, because it doesn't. It never. You always have to come back, because we're supposed to do it we're supposed to do this together. Yeah. But we're supposed to do it together. So I always again, I always feel like a lot of the things I say, they become like chants, because I feel like for my part of it, I know some things that definitely will work with our people if we get into it, if we start practicing it more, if we step into it. So my thing would always be like, I preach the lecture. All the stuff people say, oh, you burning people. Listen, I don't care, man. We all need to get into that. Stop shying away from giving us information. Stop making information sharing sound like something that's bogging people down. Because we see what it looks like when you lack information. It's easy to see. We see it all the time. It's information apartheid, as Ms. Marion would say. People are left stuck in the positions that they stuck in because they lack power, bro. And I definitely ain't forget about you, bro. I just been having a lot going on. But I know you still in position, and I'm still going to link up with you. But I just been having a lot going on, and I ain't been able to step into you in a real way like I want to. So, what happened? So, we can talk about it on the show. All right, cool. It's funny because I just said that. Like, things have to be locked in a certain way. Like, people have to be all in the same place. You know what I mean? Because you can't account for everything that happened when you let people just move all around. It's just a real thing. It's a lack of security for that. So, and it actually, the people who are kind of like the children in particular that are moving around in this way don't understand that they're less protected too. Because you're leaving holes open for people to have space to do something to you. So it's up to us to, like, at times limit movement according to the amount of people you have that really want to protect those people that's moving around in the space. And as you get more people that's trusted to be able to monitor different things in the space, the more of the space that we can use, and it become, again, all of us working together makes it more bountiful for us. But if we don't have people watching that or doing that, then you have chaos, and chaos brings confusion and destruction and stuff like that. And people are not safe, and we don't move forward. So it's funny, I just had that conversation, you know what I'm saying? And it plays out in a real way, and that's cool. And then who gets the phone call? I do. And I wasn't able to answer the call, but the phone call still came through. So I it's one of those things, man. But it's good because we do need to have that conversation anyway. And things are changing, and that is what it is. Sometimes we like the change that's coming, sometimes we don't, but change is inevitable. And I just say embrace it, man. Embrace it in a good way. Look to see how change will make things better. And how can you step into the change to make it better? You know what I mean? Because it's like one of them things where people be like, you can find something good in anything. You honestly can. If you sit there and think about it for a little bit and say, okay, I didn't want this to happen, but these are the things that came out of it. You know, like today, I found out, you know, I've told people this before, like being on parole is like, you're not free. You're custody level 1. And whenever I see my PO, I'm reminded of that. You're custody level 1. You're not free. There's a lot of things that can restrict that, whatever we call in what you are right now, but you're not free. You're still a ward of the state. You're just on a custody level 1 until when? Until you're parole. That's the reason why pardons are important. And we're having a pardon event. We're having 2 pardon events in March. We having one at 5901 Market, I think March 7th, right? March 7th is the day. Maybe that might be that's the day that's in my head. I think I got like something going on that day, so that's the day that's in my head. Oh, March 6th. All right, cool. So March 6th, we are at 5901 Market Street. We are doing a pardon event. You know, I'm happy to say that Cornerstone Eddie's House overall is the first pardon hub in the city. I think we're the first community center that's a pardon hub. But I think we are the first pardon hub in the city, and I really want to act on that personally. And I know some people who are going, and I know some people who have just gotten pardons, and I will hope that I can get them to come through and talk about the process as a part of our event on both joints. Because so the 6th is going to be, most likely we're going to have some resources there. We're going to have some expungement. We're going to probably turn that into an expungement clinic, but I got to step into that today and tomorrow with some of my folks from Pulse and from the Pardon Steering Committee. Shout out to all y'all, all the great work that y'all doing across the state that's spreading. You know, pardons are very, very important. That, you know, so shout out to my brother Shujan Moore, Pardon Me. You know what I mean? That documentary, a great documentary, getting a lot of traction right now. Brother did a great job on it. Does a great job in the community. Definitely was a Mike Lee fellow like myself. I always got to put that out there because I'm honored by that. And then the brothers and sisters that's coming behind him, and we all doing real work out here. Shout out to Mike Lee. Appreciate that thought process, however it came about, Pulse, how Pulse came about, all of that. So it's a continuum. Again, somebody else did work, and I came home, I benefited from the work. And then I put my work in, and then other people are benefiting from the work as well. And then they put their work in, and you keep doing it like that. So March 6th, 5901 Market, Eddie's House, Cornerstone. We call it the office. We call it the center of 59th Street. I don't know, like the official. Some people just call it 5901. But we are a pardon hub. We want people to be coming in, getting help with their pardons. It's a very simple thing. It's like we have the pardon papers. We'll have more on hand, but Pulse does a great job with the Pardon Steering Committee of, it's a link that you can go to and get the process started, and then you can always touch base with us or even somebody from the Pardon Steering Committee or from Pulse to help and assist you in that. Same thing with expungements. I'm going to talk to a couple of folks, see if we can get an expungement clinic on that day there. And just not necessarily but can we get some folks from Pulse, maybe, you know, some volunteers. And we do have some folks that understand the information that's around, that's on staff. So it's a beautiful thing. We got trained to kind of, we got the slides and all that. We got a whole thing that we can go by. So March 6th, you know, come for pardon help, pardon information. I should have some folks that went through the process to be able to tell you a little bit experience-wise what went on, how it went on, and then also to get some expungement help, getting hooked up with Pulse, getting that done. Because it's a very simple thing. Like, you come in, we could have people right there on deck, but we could also have you come, take the number. You could literally call or text them or email them right there and get responses back a lot of times, definitely if it's during business hours. So I would much rather have people like in play, and I'm going to try my hardest to get that done. But still, you can get the information, and it's a direct line. Like, seriously, it's a direct line. I've sent many people to them. I have helped people get their expungement, you know, the whole nine. So March 7th, that'll be like us introducing ourselves as being a pardon hub and showing what we have. And then overall, we'll have resources that just Eddie's House provides. that'll be there because that's our office, that's our building. Not our building, but we one of the offices in the building on 5901. And then March 13th, we're having a Pardon Me screening at the Free Library from 5 to 7:30. We'll be doing PSA. We'll be doing PSA interviews. We have like a picture booth. People be able to take pictures there. You know what I'm saying? Same picture booth from the party. But we definitely gonna do that. It'll be catered. You know what I'm saying? I have to reach out to shout out to Brown Sugar Shack because I definitely have to reach out to you. I haven't talked to you in a little bit. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your help, your assistance, because it has. It's been a good job. I appreciate you, and we haven't talked, but I definitely get with you. But I definitely want her to be a part of the March 13th. So I have to get. I probably call it a day after the show, and we'll chop it up and everything. I got my brother Chef. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be cooking up some things for March 13th. I gotta tap into him today too as well. But March 6th and March 6th, 5901 is the Pardon Hub. Like, you know, letting people know that we are a Pardon Hub and hoping people, bringing people in to get help with those things, pardons, commutations, and expungements. And then March 13th, we're doing a Pardon Me screening at the Free Library. So make sure y'all look out for that. We definitely gonna have the flyers out. You know, it's gonna be some nice affairs. And like always, our thing is to assist. You know what I'm saying? To help people fill in those gaps in their life. And one of the things about pardons is it truly does have an economic effect on you if you have a felony, because it limits a lot of the things that you can do, and then it also gives people a perception of you in some cases that would keep you from being in these spaces. So schools that you might be trying to get in, housing that you might be trying to get, jobs that you might be trying to get, it limits those things. And that has an economic impact on you. And then it's funny because my brother brought something up that I didn't really look into. I talked to Shujin. What's up with you, boy? I talked to Shujin, and he was telling me, he was like, I didn't even think about it from the standpoint where he was like, you know, the more money you make, the more taxes you can pay. So the state getting more tax money out of you if they allow you to, you know, have your rights fully put back intact. So that's something we definitely gonna be pushing. You're gonna see the flyer around. We're gonna have physical flyers, and we definitely gonna utilize social media like always. And it's March 6th, 5901, Pardon Hub. March 13th, Free Library, Pardon Me screening. We're gonna do this again. I did one at the center, Cornerstone, and it was great because of the fact that people definitely showed up, but it could have been done way better. It was some, you know, things that happened, but we'll rectify that this time and do it right. You know what I'm saying? And to appreciate a documentary that's worth being done right, having everything around it being done right, because the brother really did do a great job. And like I said, it's getting a lot of traction for a real reason, for a good reason. You know what I mean? Because we need that. So I got some brothers in here, you know what I'm saying? They sitting on the sideline. The seats is empty. They could jump on, you know what I'm saying? If they ain't scared to jump on the mic, you know what I mean? Some people be acting like they all nervous, man. I get 4 views. There's probably 3 people watching this joint. You cool. You cool. No, you cool. No, you cool. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on nobody clock, is you? If you ain't on nobody clock, you cool. Oh, all right. All right. You would think I would know, but I don't, you know, brothers, you know what I mean? We be getting in a lot of lanes, man, because we want to make sure we always on, man. We try and make it happen. So I wish Maj was up here too, man.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Because I really just appreciate the fact of like being around y'all brothers, and I just like when people understand that there's something there that can benefit them and they not fighting that shit.
Right.
Because it seems, not saying people fight shit on purpose because they going through what they going through, and there's a bunch of different things. Like I said, we live in a poor city, and a lot of people don't associate the stress and the drama, toxicity, bad health, all that to the fact that we live in a poor place, and a lot of people you dealing with are poor. Mm-hmm. Even if they not saying it or recognizing, right. They start thinking that the shit they going through is cultural, is regular. But nah, bro, it's not normal. Like, folks is poor. When you start asking people, okay, how many people live in your house? 10. How many incomes? Y'all poor, bro. Mm-hmm. And just because a few people could throw on some Jordans or whatever, but paying the bills and the rent and taking care of everybody is really a struggle day to day that causes a lot of arguments. Families not to be really fucking with you, and it really come from we lack access.
A whole lot of access. You
feel me, bro? And it's like, damn, I be trying to be mindful of that with how much tension it is in the city because people poor.
certain image, but we all think we going through shit. So it's about either you gonna go get to it or you just going.
Right.
It's three type of people. You got motherfuckers that just watch everybody else and that's some respect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If my man doing this, all right, you know what I'm saying? He owe me everything that he doing type shit. He gonna be the one to get us out. You know what I'm saying? Then you got motherfuckers that peep, all right. Oh, appreciate you. Then we got other people that's like they realize it's actually accessible and they go get to it. You got hustlers, they'll turn nothing into something every single time. And then you got people that just sit back and try to act and just try to make it seem like life is out against you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Damn, they made it like this, and that's when what you doing to change it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I appreciate that, man, from you, because like you younger, you know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, people always say that y'all don't be seeing it. And for me, it'd be like, no, a lot of times they be the ones seeing it if we just give them a little bit more information, because a lot of cats and women my age be kind of stuck in our ways. So it's like if you get to damn near my age or like me trying to infuse anything new to you, it really be hard. Like how they be like young boys and young girls is hard. It's just the listening process of them might be a little more aggressive for you to deal with it. Like, but them listening it happens. Like they be like, people gravitate towards me. I'll be like, yo, I'm not giving them nothing most of the time but information. Exactly. And this is the information that people was like, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. And I'm like, now they still gonna bump their head because they young. You feel me? You still gonna bump your head because you still maturing. But for me, I've had a lot of younger people take what I'm saying and run with it more than like folks my age. They be battling with a lot of different things. You know what I mean? From going through it for so long before somebody step in. You feel what I'm saying? So I be thinking the young folks is more open to what I'm saying than people my age.
Me, I think honestly, with the experiences that I'm going through right now, I can say for the past couple of months, Mill put me on, honestly, and like he said, I'm one of the guys that go get it. He introduced me, he gave me some information, he put me in the room with a couple of people, and I start putting the pieces of the puzzle together myself. And me being in between both of y'all age, he's younger than me by a few years, and you probably older than me by well over a few years. But being in that middle of that age group, I definitely came from the era of the younger generation, seeing the information in front of them and not utilizing it because of the peers that they had. And then at the same time, the people that are older than I am are stuck in their ways because of the peers that they kept around them. They never chose the better peers that got put in their path, or them rooms that they got put in with the opportunities around them. They never chose to be around them. I'm choosing every day to be around certain people. I come pop up to certain Eddie House events and all of that, and it put me in a room with other people that I've never seen this year.
Right.
I've never experienced and never crossed paths with. They got so many opportunities or things that they may know that I don't.
Right.
And it's not that I want to steal their information. It's just that they're so genuine enough to give the information willingly.
Right.
And so the people around my age, especially the youth, they see it, but this generation day and age is harder to step out of that and escape from that youth crazy environment that's out here in these streets. And it's real hard.
The thing that you saying that makes sense because it is the right thing. But alongside that, my brother said to me last night, he was like, that 5 closest friend thing is still a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's
no matter what age you are.
Very real.
So you looking around who around you on the regular, and what not even so much what they bring to the table, but how do they operate? Because that's a part of who you are too.
Definitely. And I hone in and teach my friends a lot of the times, you got to let people be who they are going to be. It's not about what you want out of people. It's about what yourself can bring to the table. Are you good enough for the group, for that group to success? Dang. Are you bringing enough to say that you want other people to bring enough? Because you can't put forth a certain amount and expect anybody to bring more than what you're bringing to the table. You can't put your limits and expectations on other people, so you got to proceed whatever your expectation is for yourself in order to bring the people around you that you want to progress and grow from.
Nah, that's that now that is a thing. Now, do that ever turn into like the fixing it? Like you try and fix everything?
No, so bang. You could all right, here, bro. You could tell somebody, all right. So for example, bro and mine, you know what I'm saying? They be around. So you could we actually had this conversation, actually. like what it like. Bang, all my homies know how to do something.
Mhm.
We talking about this all the time.
Yeah.
If we grab a crib, I know how to do the tile work. You know what I'm saying? Bro, not my man in school for sheetrock. Bro, know how to do sheetrock. He know how to do roof. He know how to do all that.
Mhm.
Like I got 2 plumber homies. We all know how to do shit.
Right.
So if we go grab a crib, bro, it's a wrap.
It's
you know
over.
What I'm saying, nigga, like it's about basically we all peep each other hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And match it, or is all right, you know what I'm saying? Dang, we business, you know what I'm saying? We just put the puzzles and pieces together.
Right.
Feel me? You know what I'm saying? Me and bro love running. We talk about this all the time. Like we could outrun anybody.
Right.
I will put I put bread on that. I'm talking about miles, 5 miles, 6 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles. I keep going.
Right.
And we knocking out 50 push-ups in between.
Right.
Each, like we really know how.
We
to do
definitely gotta get back on that, man, cause like I used to surprise motherfuckers upstate, bro. Like biggest motherfuckers running the whole yard, 2.5 hours. We doing me and my brothers too. Like we used to be on the track, bro. Like be like, all right, we gonna do 25 laps this morning and 25 laps this afternoon. We come back out and really be on it. So you feel what I'm saying? So I know what y'all talk about. Like what? I get on this job.
Yeah. So we be looking at it like, damn, we need to. You know what I'm saying? We still be like, bro, be telling me all the time, bro, we need to start some shit up. You know what I'm saying? Get a run going, get a walk going. You know what I'm saying? Run the whole Market Street, do something. You know what I'm saying? Just
definitely.
get people out. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the, like, even like when I started running this shit, I wasn't really running in my hood. I was running around in my hood, but you don't see people running in the hood.
Right.
You feel me? Until we met this brother named Bash and Bub out Southwest. We used to be racing the trolleys and like they like.
What is y'all doing?
Yeah,
running.
But they
running?
Once they start seeing like consistent, like yo, keep going, like you like you really feel the love and everybody love it. So
and you know them, like you know them other folks, they understand. They understand the importance of health.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If you trying to, live to see your legacy to a certain extent, then you got to take care of yourself.
Definitely.
If you want to live like how you saying, all right, we all go get it, and it's like that's how my thing, John, be like. My thing is like I'm starting from behind. So before I was just in a place where I was getting all these ideas, but the insanity part was coming because I couldn't do anything. It's like, how the fuck I know this now? I can't do nothing with it. I know that now I can't do. So that would be the part that would be driving me crazy. So when people be like, you don't want to sit still, why? I was chilling for all them years and I had all that information, bro. I just said it earlier before y'all came in. Cats used to be telling me, bro, you can't eat them books. You can't do this, bro. Everything I'm doing right now is because I was reading when I was upstate, period, point blank.
Exactly.
There's no other connection from upstate to now that correlates to what I'm doing right now in the position. Like, going to see my parole officer today sitting there like, yeah. They was like, well, so what's your hours? And I was like, I really work all day, every day. For real. And he was like, so I'm the director of a drop-in center. I'm the supervisor of CCIP. And he was like, oh, that's all that stuff you got on? Because you got to go in there and let them know, like, this is what I'm doing out here. You feel what I'm saying? So, and it's funny because a couple of the POs gave me like a double take, because they wear they shit around their neck. So I got the dicky jacket on, so you can't really necessarily tell I'm standing up in the joint. So they like the double take, like, is that the new guy? You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I'm like, damn, I really do a lot of the shit y'all do just without the send a nigga upstate part.
Right.
You feel me? Most of the stuff that y'all do that I have to be subjected to right now. But I wouldn't have been able to navigate none of this, bro, if I wasn't reading up there. You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I be on that I can't stop shit, like how you said the hustle shit, is because I want to be able to see my legacy, bro. And I'm already being able to see certain things, you know? Definitely. And I want to be healthy enough while working out up there was so important. Cats be like, damn, you look so young, because I was working out like crazy. I committed to my brain and my body, and that helped me.
Routine.
Right. And I know that it works. You know what I'm saying? I know that it works. So when y'all say like, yo, you put you get in a room, I gotta navigate that joint. I gotta see what my next move is. Bro, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without the information, because people could say certain things and I instantly understand who they are, probably where they work, what they sensibilities are and everything. Because you listen to people enough, like, if you hear a Republican, they say certain things that allow you to know before they even say I'm a Republican, they're a Republican. Right. When you hear, oh, we don't want no taxes, oh, he probably a Republican. When they hear, are they Christian? Oh, he probably a Republican. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that every Christian is a Republican, but it's certain things from reading and watching and observing. I just know how to deal with folks, in different rooms. Not knowing you know how to deal with everybody. Don't ever convince yourself of that.
Along with that personality, like you said, to reach back on, does that get you to the point of wanting to fix things?
Yeah.
I guess I can say it doesn't want you to fix things, but it puts the sense of energy like you don't want to sit down.
Right.
You want to create something that you could put out to the world for other people
Mhm.
all the time, continuously.
Play your part. I would say more
Play
than
your part.
like whatever my part is in any environment, I want to max out.
You want to max out.
I want to max out.
Because
you know
want
what I
people
mean?
to know who you are and what you can bring to the table.
Exactly.
And once other people see that, you'll attract the right people out of the group every time. It
no,
will
real
never
shit.
fail.
Real
It will
shit.
never fail. So it's not necessarily fixing the situation. It's allowing other people to see what's out there.
Right. Nah,
It's a
that's real.
blessing.
So first of all, like let people know who y'all are, bro. Y'all
I
came on,
apologize.
y'all ain't say,
I
and I don't
apologize.
introduce people. You got to tell them who he is. You know what I mean?
All right, so my name Lil. I work with Rue. You know what I'm saying, with Eddie's house.
Right.
A little bit about myself. Like I said, I love running. I used to run track and cross country. Went to college for mechanical engineering. I'm not in school right now.
Yeah, he getting back though.
You feel me? Definitely on the get back.
He getting
Definitely
back.
looking for some programs. But I love math, love all that type shit. I just love helping people.
That's what's up, man.
No, that's dope. That's
And he
dope.
a dub, bro. Everybody be thinking, they be like, boy, 25, he 27. My mans and them came to the office. And they was like, young boy, like 20. I'm like, bro young boy, 20, bro. That's why I kept, like, after the fact, after we leave, cats like, damn, young boy was cool as shit. He was real on it. Like, you would have thought he would have been bouncing off the wall, because that's the perception people my age got about young cats his age. So it's like,
he went through something.
he got, what he like, 27? I'm like, nah, bro, 20. That's why I told you this his shit. For real. If this what he want, this his shit. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, my mans and them definitely respected it. They was like, damn, you got something going on, man. And I'm like,
you got reach.
we all got something going on, bro. Because my whole thing be kind of, I want to empower people. You feel me? I want to empower people, bro.
Definitely.
Like, that's what I want to do. Like, if a motherfucker, like, what is power? Like, yeah, I done shot a gun before. That's not power, bro.
Power.
I done got rolled on balls, free falls. That's not power. Money, not necessarily power, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's actually power is giving people the ability to empower themselves. Like, to be, if I can do something for you and then see you a year later, 6 months later, and you working on that joint, I did it. You know what I'm saying? If I never talk to you again, I did it. You feel what I'm saying? Because right, and he went and put all this other stuff together. And I'm very cognizant of people doing that for me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you really want to know what power is from my standpoint, it's like the ability to empower other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they can actuate their power. Like, now they could do for you. Now they could do for somebody else what you did for them. Exactly. You done made them powerful. Like, he get connected, boom, he connect his folks.
Not stingy with the wealth.
You feel what I'm saying?
And definitely to speak on that, and then you gotta introduce. Wait, hold on, introduce yourself.
Our little short spiel. How y'all doing? My name Nas. They call me James though. I was in the Navy, so I go by my last name. I was in the Navy for a year. I'm a jack of all trades. I do it all. Anything you need done, I get it done. I'm a handyman right now, working on getting my LLC and my business together. 2 beautiful kids. Just trying to put my mark on the world. Like we talking about and discussing now, taking the opportunities and the blessings that come your way. Brother Mill put me on to a lot of game with Eddie's house, and I'm taking 2 of them opportunities right now, going through Power Core and Safe Path with the community and high schools in the community. But things that I want out of life, just to again, like we talking about right now, generational wealth for the youth, building a sense of people, putting information out there, and to be able to grasp as much information as you can, and to take it as far as you can. I want my kids to be able to learn anything they can from me, so I'm trying to learn every day. That's the best way I could put it.
So I want to ask y'all something about, I was talking about a sister, her name is Karen Hunter. She got a podcast. It's just basically about black culture. Like, what is black folk in America? What are we doing? And she goes in and out from being like very like scholarly to being a little bit like on entertainment, but they keep the information factual. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But it's a real good joint. And then she does this other show with a brother named Greg Carr. Greg Carr, definitely got to come on my show, bro. I'm gonna keep, hounding you. I ain't gonna tell everybody how I'm gonna get in contact with you, but I'm gonna get in contact with you.
Gotta make it happen.
But I gotta make it happen because I really respect the brother. I respect his information, and they do a show together called In Class with Greg Carr. But I was watching her show either last night or this morning. I think it was last night, and she was talking about accountability. You know what I'm saying? And how, as a people, we need to be more accountable with ourselves and to each other for each other. If we trying to do anything of note as a people, we got to be accountable for, like, when we see things ain't correct, we got to really just be all standing like, bro, that ain't it, bro. Like,
Definitely.
you feel what I'm saying, bro? That ain't it. You know what I'm
don't wanna
saying?
You don't want to sit around a bunch of yes men all day.
Right.
Bro. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You could be the crash out of the group or whatever the case may be, and that's just like, you know what I'm saying, you just used to that.
Right.
That's, you know what I'm saying, for real, niggas just be putting a battery in your back. There's nobody ever gonna tell you, yo, bro.
Exactly.
That's not it.
Don't feed
That's
that energy, because people will feed it for their entertainment purposes, and you'll be thinking they rocking with you, but it's like one of those things of they laughing at you. You know what I'm saying? They not laughing with you. It's that thing. And then another thing that she said that it goes to like the opportunities and empowering people and stuff like that. She was like, when you get in a space and you like one of the people that control it or you can give opportunity, you want to try to emulate yourself. You want to try to get enough people working in this spot to duplicate yourself. That's what she said.
Okay.
And she was like, so, and her at the I think at the podcast, you know, she got a whole staff. So what she been doing, and she's an educator too. So what she been doing is in academia and on her podcast, business wise and with academia, is like, I'm trying to create other Karen Hunters because I know how they gonna carry it. So if I can get into a space and create 5 Karen, she said every time it don't always work. Some people take the information, run with it, do something different than what she telling them to do. But she was like, she get a couple and they usually stay around almost lock and step, and then they make it grow because they're younger. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, I never really looked at it like that. And it's like, but like, do y'all do what do you think about that? Like getting into a space and how she said, duplicating yourself, and that's how you can really show your power, your worth, and leave your legacy.
It's a blessing and a curse, because one, you can vouch for people,
right?
But sometimes you can't vouch for people with this day and age. A lot of people around my age or a little older than me say they the last of a dying breed, coming from an era where kids can run on a block freely, and different parents or the principal of a school can discipline your child. So I come from that era to where as though I take constructive criticism. I take it easy. So whenever somebody comes to me and tells me this is not what I should be doing, I may not hear it because I'm hard-headed right in front of you, but them late nights I'm sitting down and I'm thinking about all of that. And it's a chain reaction, and I'm putting myself in positions, and when I take certain actions, I may think twice on it or refer back to somebody told me a year ago, 5 years ago, a couple days ago. So today and age, whenever I go somewhere for a job, an interview, a basketball court to run with some friends or whatever, I present myself a certain way. And if I bring people around me, I don't want them to act like me, but I want them to present themselves the best that they can be and not shy away from what we here to do or what we here to be as a whole, as a community. If we come here to spread the love, spread the wealth, come on, let's spread the love.
Let's do that.
Don't step off to the side and be on your phone or, you know what I'm saying, say you was here, but you wasn't here. You wasn't really present.
You wasn't present.
You wasn't here. You just wanted to show face just to be there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got to really put forth that energy to be able to say, I was able to put something into somebody else. I was able to instill somebody, or I was able to show somebody something that I knew, and they grasped it. They knew what it was at the end.
And that's crazy. That goes back to the accountability part too. Like that leads back into that too. You know what I mean? Like me trying to get you to follow my blueprint, not be me, but in this space, it's a blueprint that you could follow and still be you.
And be you.
And I think that's an important part of the because I know that's what she meant when she says you need to get in these spaces, and because you know you're moving in the right direction, duplicate yourself. But they don't have to be like you personality-wise, just with the blueprint of how it worked here, because it worked.
It works.
Follow that blueprint, but still be you, because that's going to add the added stuff, not just you being young,
too. You different from everybody else, because you're going to have something about you that people see. They have some type of demeanor behind it, and plus the outgoing personality that you already come with. But don't shy away from your personality and try and be somebody else. You're going to set yourself off course. Right. You want to still be you. Just put forth the energy.
Follow the blueprint.
Follow the blueprint. Put forth the energy towards what's right in front of you, what you see. Don't do nothing weird with it, or it's right there. It's right there.
I do want to get back to that place where it's like you can vouch for people, bro. Like like I don't like that. I don't like I don't like feeling like, yeah.
I was about to say,
yeah, I don't like that feeling of like, I fuck with you, but it's like,
like your homie asks you to do something, and then you telling him like,
yeah,
I got you, and then you don't do it because
like,
you know it's
damn,
him.
like, bro,
it's
I can't.
hard.
I gotta tell him like, bro, I don't know. This what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you the number. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta put you in front of him yourself, bro, because it's like.
That's honesty. Mill tell me every time.
Around.
He's put me in front of everybody he's ever told me I need to speak to.
Bro.
Every single time.
Listen.
He's always told me, and this is a fact, he's always told me, damn, bro, I forgot to tell him I seen him today.
Right.
I'm going to bring you out tomorrow, though.
Say no more. Real rap.
I'm present.
That's the shit I be
every
on.
Every Wednesday, I'm down there at the center feeding the people.
No, and we appreciate it, bro. And I will say,
office and stuff. So
I would ask, man, keep coming out, bro.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever y'all got free time,
I want
bring
my
through.
kids in the environment.
Yeah, man. They need to see it.
This is something that I've been doing at that. Another part of me, my little sidetrack story. My aunts, back when I was about 12 or 13, started a nonprofit organization called United Umma Affiliate, UMO. And all the little cousins in there started a nonprofit organization called Teens Giving Back. Mind you, we all about 11, 12, 13, middle school, trying to transition into high school. So we used to go down to Love Park, 19th and Vine at the library, and we used to feed the homeless. So now that I see that it's programs out here that still do that still got some type of outreach in the community, every single time I'm jumping on it, I'm coming, and I want my kids to see that this is something that I'm doing, something that I've done that they didn't see me do, and that it's still a part of me, and there's other people out here like me to see that this is the thing to do. This is what's positive out here. Not the running around and staying out late.
No, that's so funny. I'm smiling, bro, because that's what
you
Maj keeps saying to me. He be like, bro, I know I'm burning you. I'll be like, bro, you not. I swear to you.
It's real. It's genuine. You warm in the heart when you tell me. You warm in the heart when you tell me that,
I told him, I was like, bro, that shit make me feel good. Like, it's no ego and nothing. It's just like, damn. Bro, appreciate both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's dope what y'all doing out here, but it's even dope that we get to do it. And I'm like, yeah, bro, that's the whole plan. That's my whole plan.
Goal, man.
Yes, I'll be telling you, like, bro, I promise you, you are not burning me out. Every time you want to talk about this or anything else, that's what it's for. So we can. I was just talking about like community and being that. There you go.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother.
Man, bro, we talking about you up here, bro. You know, you gotta come on the show, man. That gotta happen, bro.
Out here,
and like I said, like, it's a good joint because it be like, bro, like you expressing that to me is another one of those things that let me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Like and he don't know he expressing this to me in the midst of like other shit, because we always got other shit.
Everybody got
so in the midst of other shit, it's like, nah, bro, you
people still catching on.
Yeah, don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself, because this brother telling you like.
He's on a path.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
on a journey.
Yeah,
he's taking them steps to get
he
there.
one of them young boys that everybody think like, young boy.
He gonna fall off.
He one of the Pooh Shiesties.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He one of the mask young boys.
Don't
you know
judge
they got
a book
name
by its cover, man.
Nah, no doubt. And like I've
to
expressed to them, like I was in the mix at a very young age. So the way they feel about y'all, people really used to be looking at me like that during the crack era.
Right.
Like moving in and out of. I'm just one of them young boys that be on a corner, making a whole bunch of noise, shooting, selling drugs. People can't get past y'all sitting on people's steps. You know, even though I'm not really one of them young boys, I wasn't. I had a lot of respect for my elders, all that, because that was given to me in my home. But I'm out here like, and you see me. My aunt used to ride past all the time. What you doing out here? I ain't doing that. You always talking about you ain't doing that. You wouldn't be out. I'm like, come on, Aunt Vera. Yeah, Aunt Vera. I'm talking about you.
Making a name for yourself.
But yeah, bro, like when he be talking to me, bro, he be inspiring me. Don't even dig it.
Pushing you more to
right, like, bro, you doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Without him knowing he doing that for me. You know what I mean?
That's all love,
I ain't gonna
man.
lie to speak on that. Coming into this job and shit, before, like, I ain't gonna lie, coming into this joint, it made me feel like I got pulled. Not necessarily got pulled, but you know what I'm saying? And like, example is that was like, again, one of my homies inside the high school joint and shit, and then that's when being able to pull a bro inside it, like, you know what I'm saying, just being able to pull a bro inside the atmosphere and just
to the point where people coming to you now like, Lil, you got somebody? Who you got?
Right, but that attests to the when you said, can you vouch for people?
Right.
Like, you gotta know who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I could go send him anywhere and be like, bro, I don't even have to tell him what to do. I just
Right.
gotta be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have to go talk to this person, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I'll be like, all right, you know, you do this stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Bring that up, you know what I'm saying? Do stuff like that. But I'm like, bro,
You got it.
Yeah, this who you gotta go talk to, bro.
That's what my bro did for me when I first came home. Shout out to Jamie, man. I always tell this story. I love telling the story. Like, when I came home, like, people, you know, I got Tim sneaks, all of this old stuff. I got Bo Jackson, Jordans, and I'm like, but he's like, bro, you need a suit, bro. You need some shoes, because the shit that you gonna be doing, you gonna be on the street and you gonna be in the office. Like, and I had already had that idea in my head. So for him to look and be like, bro, you always been smart.
Definitely.
Like, you the reason why I went to the college that I went to. Like, I was like, he's like, no, not the college. He went to the same high school as me, Bartram Motivation. That was like a magnet school. Like, it was like 250 kids. Like, you had to be selected. You know, like engineering science was, girls high, central. It was on that level. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mastery, Masterman. It used to be called Masterman. So he tell me this when I come home. Like, I knew him since he was like 8 years old. Me and his older brother was like really best friends. We still best friends. We still brothers. And he was like our little brother. You know, I spent a lot of time in their crib the whole 9, right? So when he tell me this, I'm just coming home. He like, bro, you went to fucking placement and came home and went to college. Like, that motivated me in a different way. Like, how you get in trouble and then you like one of the only people on our block that went to college. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy to him,
Definitely.
but it motivated him, even though he wasn't somebody that got in trouble. Like, if he could do it after going to placement,
I could do
I'm already there. You feel what I'm saying?
I can do it now. I tell a lot of people that dealing with the Navy.
Exactly.
I want to go back to the service. Only thing that messed me up was getting a neck tattoo when I came home. They just don't allow it. So I'm in the process of getting it removed. It's a little tab,
right?
But I'm getting it removed. But me and Mill with the running tip. I was doing this when I was 21.
Right.
I just turned 26.
Right.
Baby. I feel old now, but
no,
I'm not old, but I feel old. But that's why I try to stay active, get other people out here, and I got homies that want to go to the service with me now.
Right.
So I try to
and
keep
you
them
got some
active,
identity now, bro.
Exactly.
I know you know the
Exactly.
like I know you know when it's fresh.
I'm
like
trying to show face and I'm trying to show people like it's not hard. Even if you don't want to do the service or you don't want to do that, it's other things out here you can do. You just gotta put the energy towards it. I tell everybody.
And having somebody
ain't hard.
Having somebody to inform you of the situation and having people to go through it with. Because the point that I'm talking about when I say like they want you to come at 18 because you so green.
And
your brain is so malleable.
That's
they can really twist you and fold you into whatever they want you to be, and that's what you need to do to make somebody a soldier.
And that's what they did. They
you
twisted me and they twist your brain, and what they do is they take everything from you and then they give you a book with everything that they want you to be, and you gotta know it every day from day one, no matter what. And they're going to basically beat it into you, not physically, but they'll make you work out until you tell them you want to leave.
Right.
And it's get down or lay down, basically, but it's the government.
Right.
and that's all it is. But at the end of the day, that's one of the best experiences that changed me and turned me into a man on my own and gave me a blueprint on life itself instead of coming from the community that I'm in. I got it from somewhere else, but even coming from somewhere else, I came home and I was able to put that energy out there to the world and put that knowledge out there to the world. And now other people can come to me and get some information. And
I like that you said myself, because I say the same thing about prison. Like, I really took prison and made it into my priesthood. You feel what I'm saying? I spent my days not talking. I spent my days, and people will tell you that know me from upstate. Like, people see me do the show, see me like, bro, this boy really didn't talk to people for 20 years. Like, he move around his own shit. He fuck with a very few amount of people. But for me, it was like, I gotta go out. I gotta come out of this way better.
Way better.
Despite of this shit, because this don't want me to be better.
That's just the
I understood, right? I understood that from the door. Like, where I'm at, so I don't never let people be like, yeah, you did this. No, I did this in spite of prison. You feel what I'm saying? So when you say that about going to the military, like, yeah, they tried to zero me out and give me what they wanted to give me. I took what I needed so that I can become a man.
That's it.
You understand what I'm saying? Not their man, not their soldier, not nothing. I became a man with their information. The other thing I wanted to, because I don't want to forget about this before my man said he seen you on the hoop court. Chef said he seen you. He was like, we was talking. He was like, yeah. He wasn't talking no shit.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, he really do it. Yeah. He was like, all the shit too. You know what I mean? All the shit. Like
I caught him one day
No.
going in there. Yeah, I caught him one day going in there. He was like, yeah, I said I'm about to get a little workout or
Right.
whatever. But I guess he seen me on the sideline. My homies ain't show up, so I had to run with some other people that I don't usually run with. But
right.
I put it all out there, man.
Nah, bro. I do want to start like really tapping in because I really I've been getting my eating back to where it was.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? My activity is always up, but I ain't been in the gym like I want to be in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And I know my shit about to get a lot more regimented. So when we hooping, bro, we gotta really I'ma tap in, bro. Hit me the night before, whatever. Yeah, I gotta give y'all my jump.
Me and bro, we definitely got big plans.
And that's
this summer.
I'm glad you said that. I definitely need your help with the Boys and Girls Club thing with the basketball, bro. Because you, I've been telling everybody, I've played I never thought I was gonna be to the NBA, none of that shit, but I played with dudes at a high level and held my own.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So and I take this joint real. One of my stress relievers is watching ball. Being in a play, if I'm not feeling good, if I turn basketball on, that shit'll just blank out. I forget what I got going on. I'm in the game, what this nut ass nigga doing? Why he in the game? You know what I'm saying?
You assistant coach
all day.
All day.
But that was something I'm glad you reminded me of that, man, because I told him the other day, yo, I really want him to be a part of this. You know what I mean? So we gonna be down there every day. We gonna be back and forth from North Philly to West Philly from 6 to 8. Soon it's gonna be the 6 to 10, and then when we push it all the way out, it's gonna be 6 to 12. Okay. You know what I mean? So definitely, I'm gonna need your information. I know I can get it from Mill. We can get it today.
I'm around.
But when y'all hooping, bro, tap in. Because he was like, man, was anybody serious? I was like, I was serious, but I overslept. But if somebody would have called me.
Listen, bro was there about 10 o'clock.
Right.
I pulled up after that. He said, I was already out here.
Right.
I was like, all right.
No, but he really gave you a props too,
though. This was a couple days early.
Oh,
I just
right.
had to get my record. I was fresh off
shout out
injuries.
to Chef, man, because I appreciate that type of shit too. When cats.
They got link up on the cooking tips.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you about.
Man.
Listen, because that's something I was telling him. We could take care of a lot of events off of Wednesday.
Definitely.
So we could cater a lot of things and not have to pay for a whole lot of stuff off Wednesday. And everything we do is community work. So it's you're not taking this food from people. You taking this food and utilizing it for something else to give back to people. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling him, I was like, that way the tab won't be so crazy, and we could just add on, at least with meat and stuff like that. We could figure it out. So definitely, man, I got the joint. I was telling everybody March 6th, we doing a Park Hub event because we got the only Park Hub in the city until somebody tell me something different. Eddie House, West Philly, North Philly, Cornerstone, 5901, March 6th. We're having our own pardon event where you can come get pardon, commutation, expungement, assistance, and you can also get all the stuff that Eddie's House already offers. Wherever Eddie's House at, you getting access to all of those resources. And then on March 13th, we doing at the Free Library from 5 to 7:30. We doing another screening of the documentary Pardon Me. Again, shout out to my brother Shujan Moore. He's the director, the producer. You know, he put that joint together. Shout out to everybody at Pulse, everybody at the pardon that's a part of the pardon committee. All of those folks that just got their pardons. Congratulations. I don't remember all the names, and I don't want to chop nobody's name up, but I've been getting the emails. So shout out to all y'all, man. Congratulations. I'm trying to be on that list very soon. You know what I'm saying? We and he already on deck, so I'm definitely be putting some pressure on them. Hopefully, so you can meet Sarah and know how real it is. I'm gonna tap into her and see if I could either get her to come to the March 6th event or the March 13th event. If not, we'll just go to one of the expungement clinics that they have, and you can meet her personally. You feel what I'm saying? Because she's like the lead attorney now, and she comes to a lot of their partner events, especially the ones that they have at Drexel at the. I think it's like the Dornoff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. DORNIFE Center. It's on 36 and what's that? Spring Garden? Yeah, 36 and Spring Garden. So definitely, man, shout out to my brothers. I'm going to slide on out of this joint because we got a solar graduation to go to. Shout out to Carlita for finishing the solar class. You know, brother put it together. You know what I'm saying? A couple people took advantage of her. I'm always appreciative. Now we got somebody that can install solar, and I'm going to put her to task to do this. So
listen, man, I might have to put on a roof with me, man.
Hey, listen, man, we gonna have to make it happen, man.
Jack all the trades, man. I've been roofing since 2020.
See, all we gotta do is get the cribs, bro. I'm a step out there. We gonna have something to work on before the summer, bro. Something gonna have to pop before the summer when we all get busy on this joint. Shout out to my brother Stan. We definitely about to get heavy with the farm. We got some programming that's going on with the farm. We definitely want to show all our brothers and sisters we need to be self-sustainable. We need to be able to grow our own food. It's very important. Before we slide out, it's a reason why dudes like Bill Gates and them type of cats is buying up all the farmland. They fucking with the food, y'all.
I know a little bit on
I'm telling
the farm.
y'all.
I know a little bit.
Yo, he told me like
composting and all that.
Yeah, we about to be on that joint. And
yeah.
we got programming that we gonna need folks to help staff it. And you know, we getting grant monies and stuff like that. So, you know, we want to spread the wealth. We want to do it with our people. So listen, man. Y'all got anything before we slide out this joint? Before I go through my little joint real quick.
Listen, man, Eddie's house, 5901. Get some information. Come down Monday through Friday. I don't know the hours. What, like 9 to 3?
9 to 5. 9 to 5. I say 9 to 5 because CCIP be in there like after the office. The folks that be in the office
Any
like around 3.
information you need, come down, get some information, spread the wealth, show it to somebody that may need it. We got paperwork, we got flyers. You can hand them out, pass them out. Just spread the wealth, build a community, get us back to a safe haven, y'all.
Oh, man.
That's all we got.
Oh, man.
And if y'all need anything on a workout tip, holla at us, man.
Holla at us. We getting back in the gym. And then y'all already know Cornerstone 2321 North Broad Street. Y'all know what we do. We fill gaps in your life. Come through, get a shower, get some clothes, get some food, get a job. Whatever you want to do, you want to volunteer, just come through. All under that. Powered by Eddie's House. Shout out to Miss Marion. We about to have a good conversation.
And then we got the food giveaway tomorrow.
Wednesday,
morning.
yeah, tomorrow. Come through, grab that food. 2321 North Broad, man. Come down, supplement your income. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Definitely.
Listen, this is PSA Philly Service Announcement. Takeover Tuesday. Takeover love, support, great social activism, resource, and art. I'm the assist. Shout out to the Queen, Nick. Happy birthday, sis. Happy birthday to me again. It's still my birthday. You know what I'm saying? That's what we doing.